Hey, what's up, Klamath Falls? This is Mike.
What's up, Klamath Falls? This is Dave.
What's up, Klamath Falls? This is Tammy.
What's up, Klamath Falls? This is Susan.
Thank you, ladies, for joining us. Dave, yeah, you have some info, the introductions
Sure.
here.
Yeah. Well, as they already said, this is Tammy and Susan. They are the director and the program manager with Tayas Yawks with us today, and welcome.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
I was, we were just talking before we started recording, but I saw you guys, the name Tayas Yawks popping up, and I thought it was a person with an unusual name. Come to find out, it's a lot more than that. Um, so once I found out what they do and how they help the community, I thought it was I think it's very important that they share that with you folks because I think there's probably folks out there that they can help. And by getting the word out, hopefully we can help some more people. So, that being said, Tammy, I know it was your grandparents that got this going. Well, first off, tell us what Tyus Yawks is and then how it got started.
Tayas Yawks means medicine bag in the Klamath language, and my mom's mom and dad had a recovery program in Chiloquin in late 70s, early 80s called Medicine Bag. So that's where I got the name. And then my dad's parents have had the church, so that building was sitting empty. So that's when we took over the church. So that's how we got the building and the name.
So, the current location was a church originally.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it was built in 1984-ish, and there was nothing around, just a dirt road from Altamont to the basically the front door.
Yeah.
So it's evolved over the last 40 years.
Okay. And that's over on Onyx Street across from Bully Storage. Correct? No?
No, I think it's called Oregon Landscape.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You
Oh,
know what?
well,
I was a block off when I made the U turn there.
yeah. U Storage is like the next block.
Yeah. 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 I was a
Yeah.
block off. So sorry about that. So you guys are tribe based, but you help everybody, correct?
We're culturally specific, and I am a tribal member, but we're not affiliated with the tribe at all. We do like partner with them in some events, but for the most part, it's culturally specific. We help everybody and anyone that's in need. We don't turn anybody away.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so in helping people, like what steps do you take if say I was living on the street and I needed help. I want to get cleaned up. I want to find a job or whatever. And I came knocking on your door. What can I expect, or what could you do for me in that case?
So we actually do outreach into the community. Um, so our peers go out and they try to connect with the houseless and also just other people that are reentering our society from either the prison system or basically from any type of reentry from prisons or from treatment or just coming off the streets from being homeless. And so what we do is we kind of wrap around, give them a place to talk, to build trust, to connect them to all the resources. We connect people. We're one of the referral agencies for class, for housing. We do homelessness IDs. We're one of the few agencies that the DMV allows to basically sign off that this person is homeless and that they can get a free identification card. And then we have our own sober living house. So if someone has been clean and sober for a while or when they're leaving residential, we can actually offer them a safe place to stay while they rebuild their lives. We were doing a kitchen and having meals, but that's under construction now. So that's been, turned off for a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, just like a resource provider, transportation, helping people get all their essential documents to get back to work. We connect them with employment services and then help them do resumes. We have some funding to help people build skills. We offer a GED program that just came. So someone who, maybe has a job and can't focus on going to KCC to get it, they can do it online now. And the program offers tutors and stuff too. So these people can, complete their education and get a GED too. So yeah, I don't know. We offer a lot of services, and if someone's lacking in something, we try to be there.
Okay. And that's something from the outside looking in, you hear people, "Yeah, why don't they just get a job or whatever?" Well, if you don't have an address, if you're going to fill out an application, you don't have an address for them to contact you at or a number or some way, it's easier said than done to just, why don't you just go get a job? So you guys kind of provide that foundation for folks that are hopefully transitioning back into the working world, for lack of a better way to put it, but some stability and some kind of a home address, if you will, for them. And that's huge.
Yeah, well, our community has a big issue with transportation. So even if someone, re-entering there, a lot of times they have fines, fees, things like that that keep them from getting their driver's license. So that transportation to and from the job is affected. So even short-term employers are less likely to hire someone to go to a job without that transportation. So we did start an e-bike program so that some of our people that are in our house, as long as they're being responsible, they have to pass a little test. Then they can have an e-bike to get to and from work in order to get the money, in order to pay off some of those fines and fees and get their licenses back.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great because
We-
I've been shopping for an e-bike. They're not cheap.
They're not.
No.
Gotta wait for the sales.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a great service that you offer. So, and then you have a chapel. If people are,
Yeah, we have Sunday church and Wednesday Bible study. That's offered by this disciple church. Quinn Jackson is the pastor of that. And then we utilize the rest of the building for our programs Monday through Friday. And I forgot what I was going to say.
what hours, if somebody wanted to come to you for help, what are the hours for business?
We do Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Sometimes we do Saturdays. We have been doing a lot of pop-ups, a lot of resource tables around the community. We just got an outreach trailer. I don't know if you guys seen that. We did have an outreach, we were in collaboration with the outreach trailer for the last couple of years, and that grant through Klamath Tribal Health ended in March. So we saw the need in the community. The numbers were really super good, and it was like detrimental to the community to lose that trailer. So we reached out and got Pacific Source, who is the CCO from what is it, Eugene, up north, Eugene Springfield. They service Shamal and Crescent. They actually funded our trailer for us.
Oh,
So they
nice.
bought us the brand new trailer, got it wrapped, and
It looks great.
gave us money. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're slowly integrating that back in with that. We just recently hired an LSCW, so we're going to be able to do mental health now. He's working out of our building.
Okay.
So that's a game changer for us.
That's huge. It's a stressful world these days.
Yes.
And a lot of that baggage builds up and people need an outlet somewhere.
Right.
So how do you guys operate? Are you like nonprofit, or do you take donations, or?
Strictly nonprofit. We gladly accept donations. We've been pretty good so far with the grants. We've only had one pulled since January, so that didn't hurt us too bad. It hurt us, but it wasn't like detrimental to us. But yeah, so Susan's been in the grant process writing for the last month or so, just writing away, and we received a couple of them. Two of the ones that she put in for, so we're back in business.
You're a 501c3 charity,
Mm-hmm.
so or donations are tax deductible if you wanted to. What kind of donations? What do you need the most? What?
Supplies for the trailer.
Yeah.
Anything to basically help the.
Hygiene kits, anything that someone would need, like toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo, things like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Blankets. We do have a clothing closet, so if anybody needs clothing, they can just come and check through our closet that we have. People usually bring us donations, so especially
Okay.
during the winter, we got coats.
Nice.
Also, any, like local businesses that are willing to accept someone who's reentering, that would be willing to give them a chance. We'd offer support while they were working, and follow up. And we put ROIs in place too in order to make sure that the person's getting to work, that they're doing a good job, kind of like backing there. So if anybody out there, is willing to do that to help the community, to help some of these people get back to work, that would be appreciated too.
And pardon my ignorance, what's an ROI?
The
You wanna
release
explain
of
it?
information,
Oh, okay.
just
Okay.
so,
You
yeah,
can openly communicate back and forth.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't be able to call someone and tell them about what's going on in your life,
Sure.
unless you gave me permission. So it just says on paper I have the permission to do that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, as a potential employer that feels like they may or may not be taking a risk on somebody, that's good to know.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
and that's another thing I don't think we mentioned is that we do like tools and clothes for people that get jobs if they can't get like non-slip shoes if they go to work in like fast food industry or in a construction and they need hammers or pants or whatever, they can come and as long as they're involved in the justice system, we can provide those for them.
Okay.
So if they need housing support, if they need things for their family, their education, food, we have specific funding just for that till the end of the year. So, yeah, and that's the GED program is part of that also.
I would assume right now with the kitchen remodel, food donations probably aren't
Right.
too critical, unfortunately. But
Right.
yeah, gotcha. Um, what? So where do you see this going? Or what are your goals for? Are you trying to expand it to grow it into more?
Yeah, we're definitely trying to expand. That's why we hired the LSCW. We're trying to get our COA, and then once we get that, then we can get our CADC, which means we could do alcohol as well as mental health. So we could be like a full-fledged clinic.
Nice.
So we can offer everything and just be like a one-stop shop kind of.
Do you expand or plan on expanding the existing facility?
That's something we were just talking about the other night because the kitchen remodel comes, we're going to have to split one of the offices. We're splitting it in half and building a wall and putting another door. So I was like, well, what are we going to do with all these people? Because of one of the grants she has room for a couple more people. So we're like, where are we going to put them? So, and we're already doubled up on all our offices almost. So,
Right.
Yeah, that's something we're talking about is we're going to need to expand. And I know the church is talking about looking for a bigger spot. So they're needing to expand. So I was like, well,
That's good news.
yeah, definitely.
That's really good news.
So expansions in the future for sure.
Okay, so like building materials and stuff like that would probably be a welcome donation
for
too.
sure.
Okay, tools and
For sure.
understood.
Anything like
Okay.
that. Any way that they would like to help the people we work with or, us and what we're doing inside the building, it would be
Yeah.
appreciated.
So if you're a building materials business here in town, they could use your help.
Yeah. we can-
Also, a green thumb because we do have a big greenhouse in the back. I don't know if you've
I got a
seen
tour
it,
of that. Yeah,
but we have
your green
some-
thumb moved on.
Yes,
Yes.
our green thumb left us. So we're going to need another green thumb to help us because that's been kind of a struggle trying to keep those plants going. And
Everybody's pitching in.
yeah, everybody's pitching in, watering, weeding. We just got a bunch of was it zucchinis, tomatoes, lettuce that we've been giving away to people come in.
Nice.
But we just need someone to go out and keep them alive.
Right.
That's kind of our problem.
We've got a garden
Yep.
here. I know the challenge. You go on vacation for a week and you come back and everything's dying of thirst. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So anybody want to volunteer being a green thumb, watering? That's good.
Sorry
Yes,
about
yes.
that. I always forget to turn that thing off before we start the cameras. So if you could look 5 years into the future, where do you think you're going to be with this? Or where would you like to be with it? How's that?
I would like to be definitely clinical, definitely hoping up or opening like another peer support program somewhere else, maybe.
Okay.
I also like to see the small, independent housing. So if we could get help, we were trying to establish kind of like the tiny homes
Mm-hmm.
in conjunction with, I always get the SOE,
The TES.
yeah, those little homes.
Oh, the tribes transitional emergency shelters down on 5th Street.
But
Yeah.
we were going to do it. The Oregon Builds has a thing for the schools. And so they have all these wonderful tiny homes they're kind of making. And it's just a matter of trying to find zoning and being able to get these things certified as like a small living space for someone in an emergency setting. and we were hoping that we would be able to find property and get it approved through the county at some point in order to get these established, because the biggest problem also for people who are homeless is actually finding a place to stay instead of in a bush or, on the streets. And if we had a small community off grid, a little bit, off the main, but had transportation and had peers there to be supportive of what they were doing, and things like that, I think we could help a lot more people than when we kind of put them all together. We've learned that from our sober living. 7 beds is what's there, but you get this wonderful little dynamic of people working together at 4, and then when you start doing 5 and 6, it seems like the dynamic shifts a little bit, and then it just can cause turmoil where if people had their own space in general,
Right.
they might be better.
Community is good so long as you can step away from it when you need
Exactly.
to.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's exactly it. Exactly it.
Huh. Well, and I don't know. Have you guys approached the county at all about anything that there might be out there, or?
We were working with them for a minute. We were trying to get the funding in order to have,
CZ Designs,
Yeah.
CZS Designs,
they're
the engineers. We did have some meetings, and we would wanted to put them behind where we are right now, but the FFA won't allow us to. So they were looking at like maybe some of the school property, or the county has properties, the school district. They were thinking maybe letting them go, or over by where the mission is now. They have
but
some
we also
property.
needed that. We also needed to find a grant that would fund to pay the engineering fees on that in order for them to establish it, put it through. And then, and then once you can design it and say that, yes, this can be zoned for it, or then go forward and be like, can this go forward in zoning? What are we going to look for? Then the next step would then be, I guess, the housing part of it, making sure that they're structured correctly and making sure that they could pass code in order for someone to live in it. Because they don't come insulated, they don't come wired, they don't, so there's a little thing with that too.
There's like sheds, just
Right.
little tiny sheds.
Well, county commissioners, they could use your help. We know a couple of you fairly well.
Yes, for
if you-
sure. Send them our way.
If there's anything you guys could do to help them, that would be great.
Yeah, we tend to be committed, and we would love to, any input from Klamath County. We send that outreach trailer out into Bonanza, Blythe, Sprague, Chiloquin, Chamol. We've gone as far as Lapine, offering services, and some of those areas outside of Klamath Falls are in desperate need of that stuff too. So if you guys see our trailer, be sure and stop in, let people know we're there. Follow us on Facebook so you'll know where we're at.
I try to keep up with your Facebook updates on the trailer, and I'll try to share it on the Big Rooster page when I do see it.
I do. I see that. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't think anybody else, especially the mission, or I don't know anybody else that offers the service that you guys do. And I think it's so important because homelessness it's an issue in the community from one aspect, but it's more of an issue for the people that are living it, and without somebody like you guys helping them out, it's kind of a hopeless situation, and I do feel for them. It's been blessed my whole life, and haven't been there, but I can't imagine being in that position and having to start from scratch basically and get going. So thank you.
Yeah, we hand out tents and sleeping bags and seasonal items like wintertime boots, and make sure everybody has socks. And it's kind of a bummer too, because sometimes the cops will come in and say, you can't be here because of the city ordinance, and they take all their stuff. So then we've got to give them new tents and new sleeping bags, and because they take everything.
Wow,
So it's
that's not right.
expensive for sure.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, we try to understand too that it's a balance depending on where those are in the community, and a lot of this goes along with mental health in Klamath Falls. A lot of the people we deal with are on mental health medications, but there's no one there to monitor that they're taking them. So a lot of times you run into them and they're off their meds. it's very hard once they are to engage with them or to get them to come with you to try and, go get their meds or find a
Right.
place to them. And so what they do is they just end up, wandering around, and it's we just need, as far as the county, to kind of come together and realize, like, a lot of these people could possibly be saved if we all just kind of cared a little bit and worked on something to resolve it. I
Right.
think anyway.
Well, that's kind of not kind of. That is why I wanted to share this story with our viewers because it's important, and it's people need to understand that not. I think there is a small percentage maybe in the homeless community that just prefer that lifestyle,
There are.
and I kind of understand the nomadic thing to a degree, honestly. No, but I know that there's a vast majority that have just fallen on hard times. And whether it was, a bad upbringing that got them introduced to drugs or whatever the situation is, that they need that outreach. They need that handout to give them a lift off the streets. So God bless you for what you do. It's awesome.
Thanks.
And
Yeah.
yeah, support's needed because, I mean, there was a time too when we had all the fires going on. A lot of people came to Klamath as if they were going to find help and shelter, and we had elderly people on the street. And now years later they're still out there. They were hoping to get an insurance payment. They were hoping to get something, and when you actually become homeless, it's a lot harder to keep in touch with all of those things.
Right.
And so then they just get lost, and these are all the things that are happening around us, weekly,
Yeah.
daily, and so take a moment to think about what journey that person's been on,
Yeah.
and think of, we all carry trauma, different ways,
Yeah.
and some of them carry more, and the longer they're on the streets, the more trauma they actually go through.
So if somebody say wanted to make a donation, where would they go to make that donation? Or if they needed your help, but either way. Um,
If you need our help, you can come to our actual building at 3206 Onyx Avenue, which is between Altamont and Washburn. If you want to do a monetary donation, there is the QR code on our website, or just drop it off at the center. If you want to donate blankets, coats, anything for the winter, since it's already August and it's coming up, just drop it off at the center as well, or the trailer. The trailer's at Coastal every Monday from 10 to 2, and we're going to try to get those back out there like 3 times a week here in Klamath.
okay.
So, yeah, just look for the Facebook page for locations on that. But yeah, you'll see it around. You'll just more than welcome to come. And even if you want to just come look at the building or, check us out, see what we're about.
And if you're anywhere outside Klamath Falls and you would like the trailer somewhere in, your area, your little town, something like that, call. We'd love to send it out there and support whatever it is that you're doing or the people in your community. So
Okay. Good deal. Good deal. So again, it's Tayas Yawks, Tayas Yawks, Yawks. And great people doing great stuff for the community. Um, they could use our help, all of our help. I do have some things. Unfortunately, I was just got back from camping a couple of days ago, but I recently, 2 years ago, I retired and I bought a bunch of brand new work clothes that some I don't even think I've worn yet. So I just got to sift through a closet, but I'll have some stuff for you
Great,
ladies.
that would be awesome.
But anyway, I'm kind of funny. You retire and all of a sudden you swell up a little bit. I don't think I'm ever going to get back to that size again, unfortunately. So happy to help you guys out with that. So
That'd be
I'll keeping
great.
that by.
Thank
And-
appreciate it.
oh, sure.
Well, and just a great program in itself. I wasn't aware of the wide variety of what you offered. It's kind of like a one-stop recovery rehabilitation center.
Yeah, yeah.
You,
In a
you offer
nutshell.
lot of services. You would have to go to one place and get this, and then go to a different place and get that, and you guys have it all. It seems like.
Yeah, we do support people in court as well. So we go to court with people and
Oh.
in drug court, behavioral health court,
Community wellness.
community wellness court. So, yeah, we do a lot. And once you write it all down, you're like, wow, this is all we do. And she's like, oh no, don't forget to this. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
It would be really good though, honestly, if we could afford more staff,
Yeah.
because it is a matter of, I mean, we're We're down to 6 people now, and hopefully these other grants we can build it back up. But yeah, we need if anybody's willing to volunteer too. There's a lot of people out there, and sometimes you have to reach out to them, a little bit more in the beginning before they gain that trust to reach back out to you too.
What would you be looking for in a volunteer? What kind of skill sets or
Care,
just care?
care and compassion,
Yeah.
being able to sit down and listen to someone and realize that it's the biggest thing is not trying to have someone do what you want them to do, but trying to listen to what they want and just have conversations with them to, kind of put them in the right direction, and then never feeling bad if they don't get there right away. Because I think we lose a lot of people that way when someone wants to demand of them what they should be doing.
I think you make a good point there. It's listening to find out where they're at and what their interests are, because if you try to force somebody to do something that they have zero interest in, it's really hard to motivate them. If you can listen to their story and read between the lines and find where their real interests are, and guide them that way, it's probably a lot more chance of being successful.
It may be a little bit of lived experience,
Yeah.
so that they've been through it. They know the turmoil. They know the struggles, so they can at least know what they're going through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that they can stay focused if someone starts talking about, the person that's not there in the room with them, or, they go off on some random little tangent, and you just wait for them to come back around.
Take the ride with them and let it go full circle.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Was there anything other or anything else that you'd like to share or discuss?
No, thank you for seeing us on Facebook and clicking on that link.
Absolutely. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, the whole point of this show is to try to do better for Klamath County, and you guys are stellar at what you're doing. So,
Thank you.
and much needed. Yeah, thank you. Really. I mean, thank you both and all of your staff for what you do, because it's so easy to write people off when you see them on the side of the street and you forget that that's actually a human being,
Right.
and they've got real struggles, whatever they might be, and you can't just throw them away.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of these people that are on the street maybe went to school with you guys when you were young, or the people out there. I know some of them I see went, to school with my children, and I would have never guessed that, they'd be like that, and the support and I can see it's, can be really hard on families,
Oh,
and so,
absolutely.
yeah. So even if you're a family member and you're concerned with someone, who's a relative, and you're looking for them, or contact us, maybe we'll know, or we can help, or, we're there.
That seems kind of like it's its own sub community. A lot of those people know each other, and yeah, that would, if you are looking for a lost person, that would probably be a great place to start. So, all right, Dave, you have anything else?
No, I think I'm all right. Appreciate both your time.
Yeah, thank you for
thank
coming
you.
by, and I'll probably be by the next week or so. I've just been on the go way too much the last few weeks. I was hoping to have something today, but anyway, we'll
That's fine.
Well, enjoy the sunshine while it's here.
right, and the cooler sunshine while it's here, because I think we're gonna get back up into the 90s here pretty soon.
Probably.
I'm enjoying this the way it is. So,
Me too.
all right. Well, thank you both, ladies, for coming on, taking time
Right.
out of your day, and folks, if you can help them out, please do. It's 3206 Onyx Avenue, again between Washburn and
Altamont.
Altamont. It's a gray building, and they can use your help. So please, if you can volunteer, if you have clothing, tools, any kind of materials to help them out, please do. Please do. They're doing great stuff for our community. So thank you again.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.